Unique cave art discovered in Madagascar hints at connections with ancient Egypt and Borneo. Remember that even Moses was the prince of Egypt also. He was the prince of Ethiopia, which is south of Egypt. So Madagascar is an island that was once part of East Africa, and it's just a hop, skip, and a jump, I guess, for the ancients to have gone to Madagascar. David Burney publishes this, says the art is the first ancient pictorial art which depicts images of nature with human-like and animal-like figures to be found in Madagascar, and we have found Anubis structures there. He said, I was part of a team that discovered and described these ancient treasures. They're the first truly pictorial art depicting images of nature with human-like and animal-like figures to be seen on the island. Until recently, rock art in Madagascar had only yielded a few sites with basic symbols. The dramatic discoveries contain several surprises, including hints at some remarkable cultural connections. First, scenes depicted, in some cases, linked up fairly directly to Egyptian religious motifs from Ptolemaic period, that's 300 BC till 30 BC. And second, other inferences from symbols and writings on the wall showed connections to the Ethiopian and Afro-Arab worlds. And finally, prevalent symbology and motifs evoked a 2 millennia-old cave art style from Borneo. An additional realm of surprises, at least 3 extinct animals of Madagascar, thought to have been extinct for many centuries, may be depicted: a giant sloth lemur, elephant birds, and giant tortoise. It has long been believed, and evidence has confirmed, that the people, language, and culture of Madagascar are rooted in distant ancient connections to Borneo, an island in Southeast Asia, combined with strong influences from continental Eastern Africa. However, who the first Malagasy were, when they arrived, and what they did after that are all hotly debated topics. Though our findings are speculative, any information that might be derived from the Andrio Mamelo cave evidence is of considerable interest to the reconstruction of Malagasy early history. Connections beyond Madagascar. Our research group, including Malagasy scientists from local institutions and American, British, and Australian specialists, visited the site near the village of Anahidrano on the northwest edge of the 17,100 hectare Bianca protected area in 2013. Our team spent several days recording the images, surveying and mapping the entire cave, searching for associated archaeological sites, and interviewing local villagers regarding the art. It took several years, however, to search through relevant literature and museum archives to confirm the uniqueness and significance of what we had found. We made digital copies and hand-drawn of 72 cave art objects. These were drawn in black pigment and included 16 animals, 6 human forms, 2 human-animal hybrid forms, 2 geometric designs, 16 examples of an M-shaped symbol, and many other patterns and distinctive forms. Egyptian connections are hinted at in 8 major images, including the falcon Horus, the bird-headed god Thoth, or Hermes Trismegistus, the ostrich goddess Ma'at, and 2 human animal figures which were similar to Anubis, an ancient Egyptian god usually depicted as man with a canine head. The ubiquitous and mysterious M figures demand explanation. We suggested, after searching many relevant alphabets, that it is a perfect match for only one, the letter Hot, in ancient Ethiopian Amharic alphabet pronounced Ha. Surprisingly, though, we also found this symbol in cave art from Borneo, thought to be about 2,000 years old, and in no other cave or rock art throughout the Indo-Pacific region. In some Austronesian languages, the diverse language family that extends from Malagasy to the west to distant Hawaii and Rapa Nui in the Pacific, the word Ha is a term for the breath of life. Like Ha'arth is meaning the blessed earth, or Am or Ham, meaning people or blessed people. Now, that's in Aramaic, of course, ancient Hebrew. All these possible connections remind us that Madagascar's people, language, and culture are in themselves syncretic, blending African and Asian influences to produce a unique Malagasy people. The richly detailed and diverse art is notable also for what it does not show. No Christian, Muslim, or Hindu symbolism is depicted, and no relatively modern motifs such as the Latin alphabet, cars, airplanes, or flags. Even the ubiquitous zebu or cattle, the culturally paramount symbol of the last 1,000 years or more in Madagascar, are absent. When and whose? When were they made and whose are they? It's hard to know exactly when these drawings were made. Direct dating of cave art is notoriously difficult, and proved so in this case, as the black pigment was made from dark inorganic mineral with only a small component of charcoal we could use for radiocarbon dating. The presence of extinct animals and the lack of modern motifs in the alphabet used in modern Malagasy weigh heavily against the notion of a recent origin for the art. We suspect that the art is about 2,000 years old, dating back to the time of Cleopatra or before, based on these religious motifs. If it is, this is remarkable and useful to know because it may provide evidence for who colonized Madagascar and when. If, on the other hand, a set of pre-Christian religious beliefs have survived for centuries or even millennia among certain ethnic groups, in very remote areas of the immense island, retaining recognizable influences from Egypt, Ethiopia, and Borneo, that would be perhaps more remarkable. Village informants hinted at that possibility by insisting that the sorcerer pictured was a member of the mysterious group of Vazimba or Bossi who lived in the forest nearby. So whose art is this? And we wish to know. But clues are mostly lacking. The only possible writing, besides the M figures, is a line of faint script in the lower right corner of this rock art extravaganza. Our best guess is that the legible middle 6 of the 8 characters refer to the Soraba, archaic Malagasy writing in Arabic script that say Dan Tiark. Does that refer to Antiochus IV Epiphanes? This king of the Seleucid Empire, Western Asia, in the Ptolemaic period built a large navy, conquered much of Egypt in 170 BC. Of course, they spoke Greek at that time. All after Alexander the Great, they spoke Greek in the whole area, and sent exploring and trading expeditions down the Red Sea and the East African coast. Ivory traders in that period spread Roman goods as far south as ports in Tanzania, south of Zanzibar, to trade with Azania. So until more art or relevant archaeological evidence turns up for the ancient African and Asian influences in Madagascar, we can only speculate. This was republished from the Conversation under Creative Commons. It's on Live Science by David Burney. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.